I have been used to dirt since my childhood. I've always liked the soil and land. As a child, I dreamt of becoming a farmer when I grew up. Though I've had many jobs, I've always kept this dream in my head. I'm a self-made man. I see myself a farmer. I cannot imagine any other job. If not in this village, then in another. If not in Ukraine, then in Azerbaijan. But only a farmer. Unlike other children who like to vacation at the seaside, I liked livestock. I spent my holidays at my uncle's farm. Pigs are not kept in the villages of Azerbaijan. Villagers breed cows, sheep. Nagorno-Karabakh is a mountainous place. There, everyone is involved in animal husbandry. But when the war began, my parents abandoned everything and only took us with them. The whole farm was left there. Alim Aleskerov has been in Ukraine for 7 years. He has 2 children with his Ukrainian wife. He does not regret his move, although everything did not start out smoothly. I had heard about significant opportunities for livestock in Ukraine. It also has a lot of land. It was difficult when I came here because I knew the language poorly. I understood Ukrainian, but it was hard for me to speak because I learned Russian at school. There were all sorts of situations initially. I was not able to cover transport costs. But I didn't give up and just continued working. Alim and his wife started with a hair salon, but their business failed, and the dream of becoming a farmer still lived in the heart of this chap from the Caucasus. We decided to breed cows. We started with 10 cattle, but it was impossible to earn money from milk, and we needed many more cows, and it's costly. In general, things just didn't work out. As for sheep, they breed quickly. The Romanov sheep breed provides offspring of 3 to 4 lambs. 2 lambs are not considered enough. Finally, we sold cows and bought sheep. We started with 50 head of livestock. This figure rose to 200 in the space of a year. We've kept sheep for 4 years. Now we have 1,200 heads of livestock. Romanov sheep are a bit wild. For example, sheep that belong to the Azerbaijani fat-tailed breed are calm and don't run around, while Romanov sheep jump and run around like goats. When they're hungry, it's impossible to calm them down. The Romanov variety was bred by selection. These sheep are famous for the excellent taste of their meat and good wool. The sheep's skin has a beautiful color and its density greatly improves the quality. One shearing of an adult sheep provides up to 10 kilograms of wool. Scientists have not yet created a synthetic analog with such heat-preserving features. Romanov sheep adapt well to different climates. They endure frost bravely and not picky about food and gain weight quickly. It's better to have just one male in the herd, as some males can compete very aggressively with one another. There are about 600 different breeds of sheep in the world. It is hard to say where and when sheep were first domesticated. Most scientists agree that this took place on the territory of modern-day Turkey about 6,000 to 7,000 years ago. Sheep are timid, nervous, and shy animals, and mostly defenseless against predators. Their only way to survive is to herd or run away from predators. For this reason, shepherds can use dogs to rake sheep. Sheep consider a dog to be a predator and stay together as a herd so as to protect themselves and try to avoid danger. It's for this reason that Alim took a Doberman called Zeus as his assistant. It's an excellent sheep dog. Zeus is a fine dog. He does the work of 3 or 4 shepherds. When I already had an Alibi, which is a Central Asian shepherd dog, I decided to buy a Doberman. But I didn't even think that it would be such a good assistant. His behavior showed this. At first I was worried that he might bite the sheep. Many people advised me to get a Border Collie as a shepherd. But I saw in practice that a Doberman was also good in this. It can graze 1,000 sheep alone without a shepherd at all. If sheep came into the forest, man is not able to pass through the bushes and thickets, while Zeus can get anywhere. It pushes the sheep back. It's as clever as a man and helps a great deal. Sheep are different from other herd animals in that the shepherd can walk in front of them and not drive them from behind, as is usually the case. If sheep graze in an open, unfenced area, they bunch and only then do they feel safe. But if the territory is surrounded by even a small fence, then seeing this fence, sheep walk around freely. In addition, sheep always recognize their shepherd. If you mix together 3 herds and the shepherd of one of them starts to step aside, inviting his animals, only his sheep will follow. The herd remains indoors in winter. As a rule, we feed straw to the sheep in the morning. After this, we let them go outdoors, where they walk around for an hour or 2. We then feed them with grain. We give them barley, oats. Everything is natural. We feed them 3 times a day, twice with grain and the 3rd time with hay and alfalfa. When it's very cold, the small ones should be kept separately inside, while adults are not afraid of the cold. They need salt, calcium, medicines that are imported from Turkey. Alim works closely with Eastern countries and regularly supplies sheep to his native Azerbaijan and Turkey. With regard to sheep exports, there has been a positive trend in Ukraine over the past few years. Exports of purebred sheep rose significantly in 2018. We export these animals to Eastern countries, Turkey, Lebanon, and Azerbaijan. Over the past 8 years, sheep exports have increased tenfold. Basically, sheep are kept in small farms, which make up 95 to 96% of total livestock. The Romanov breed is very profitable. It is very expensive. Turkey buys them from us. And these sheep are not slaughtered, but bred for 2 years. In Turkey, they're called a living birth incubator. They give birth twice in the space of 14 months. Each time, it's 3 to 6 lambs. Their pregnancy lasts 5 months and feeding 2 months. When sheep give birth to 5 to 6 lambs, they may not have enough milk. These lambs were born 2 days ago. The oldest is 3. His mother gave birth to 4 babies. We took the smallest ones to feed them from a suck bottle. Sheep often have twins. By the way, newborn lambs recognize their mother by the voice. The meat from Romanov sheep is very tasty and fragrant, the farmer says. It's also considered to be very healthy. Lamb is considered the most pure and dietary type of meat, which is why it's popular among Muslims. Most often, young, even baby lambs are slaughtered. Then it is juicy, as the older the sheep, the tougher the meat. The Romanov breed is low in fat. I like lamb a lot. There's nobody in the Caucasus mountain region who does not like it. Many complain about the smell. To avoid it, you need to cut it, pickle, and cook it the right way. When I first cooked dressed lamb, my wife refused to eat it. She hated the smell of it. But when she tasted it, after this, we only cook lamb meat at home. The healthiest and highest category of meat is lamb or sheep that's less than a year old. It contains lots of protein. Its advantage over pork and beef is in its composition. Sheep eat grass mostly, and they move all the time. Lamb meat is regarded as lean. It contains almost all the necessary vitamins, minerals, protein, and many amino acids. It's suitable for elderly people. Lamb soups are good for people suffering from all kinds of illnesses, including gastritis and hypoacidity. Lamb meat provides energy to the human body. The neighbors were wary of me to begin with. Then they saw what I was like, how I treated people kindly, and they began helping me. Ukrainians are all different, but I can say that there are many good people here. If you have a good soul and you are kind to people, then they return like for like. I have many Ukrainian friends. Azerbaijanis are hot-blooded. They can be aggressive. But still, we're all brothers and sisters. Despite the fact that we have different languages and skin color, we're all the same. I have a residence permit now. I want to get citizenship. I'm not renouncing my own nation, but I feel good where my land is, where I earn bread. My children are half Ukrainian, half Azerbaijani. I consider myself a happy person. I have a beautiful wife and beautiful children who are well cared for. We have a house, car, farm and sheep. There's lots to do here.